Welcome to China. We're looking forward to a good weekend here, hopefully. Fingers crossed. If we have anything similar to the repeat of what happened in Russia, then we could be in for a very fun weekend right now. Very fun weekend indeed. I can't wait. Cannot wait. I'm going to get this practice out of the way. I'll be straight into qualifying. Aim number one, 2 cars into Q2. Let's do this. 14th and 15th in practice. Bit lackluster, if I'm honest. Bit lackluster. Hard tyres are going to be not. We haven't got. Oh no. Have you got softs? No. Fine. We'll just have to put on medium tyres. This isn't going to be a fun qualifying, I don't think. And I'm starting to think might not be the best weekend in the world for us. Hang on, he liked his handling up here. And this was pretty decent as well. There we go. That might be a little better for him. And yeah, he wants more downforce. But then he wants just to be balanced there because that was what was best for him. Handling will just move it up a little bit. George wants less downforce. I'm losing track now. I think this is Latifi to go out first. We shall find out. He will go out first, so we'll just look to get that pace in the car. Get in. Here we are. Just got to cool that down. We'll just keep the tyres in. Keep the tyres where we are. Just got perfect tyres. And we'll send out George. Let's keep this in the green. Oh, tailed off. I might have messed up. No, we've got it back in. We got it back in. So he's perfect. Latifi's a second off. And now Russell, what can he do? I mean, he's quite a way off as well, but he is quicker than Latifi. As it stands, Russell's through, Latifi isn't. So I have to quickly remind myself that we are going to leave it just a little bit. Just get this time down. Right. Latifi. Give him that. And a new pair of softs. Because he's lost. He's lost. He can only get better for him, surely. It can only get better for Nicholas Latifi. So round So that's him. George by no means is safe. So Latifi going round. Can he improve? He's green in sector 1, that's important. Green in sector 1. Green in sector 2. So that is really important right there, that he's green in both sectors. He's only good enough for 18th though. And now George, green sector 1, green sector 2. And his throws him up into 9th. That's a quick lap from George. Latifi will be heading out. The only question is, will the Hasses improve to get quicker than him? The answer to that one is no. So Nicholas Latifi is qualified in P18. Bit disappointing, really. And on to Q2 we go. Esteban Ocon, Giovinazzi, Nicholas Latifi, Nikita Mazepin and Mick Schumacher all out in Q1. But George, in the end, a time that had him finishing in 12th, has got him into Q2. Right, so we're going to send our George out. He is open, he can perform. I don't think I'll ever get this tyre temp thing right. There we go, so he's perfect. We will not know how good this lap is. So he's 6 tenths down. 8 tenths down. And in 13th. He will be going out again. We will send him out again. You will be doing another flying lap, don't worry. Do it now. No, actually we won't. We'll wait. The more cars that go over the track, the more rubber that will be down. Right. Come on then, George. Time to show me what you got, mate. Can you shave 2 tenths off? Can you fly round? Right now, that's what I need you to do. I need you to absolutely fly it round. It's perfect. Here he goes. George. He's green in sector 1. He's green in sector 2. I don't think he's going to shave enough off though. It is quicker, but it's only quick enough for 12th. He needed a little bit more to come off there. He needed another 6/100ths. So qualifying is cut short today. There will be no trip to Q3. Just a 12th place start. Does that play into our hands a little bit? Possibly. To be fair, that may just play into our hands. So there you have it. Lance Stroll out, George out, Pierre Gasly, Kimi Raikkonen and Yuki Tsunoda all out in Q2. We will simulate Q3. Hamilton sets a good lap early on. It's tight between him and Max. Here they go. Max can't do it. And it is pole position for Lewis. Max in second. Valtteri Bottas in third. I almost called him Lewis Bottas. And Checo fourth. Right. Look at them waving their flags. We're going to utilise the hard tyres as much as we can. We're going to make sure it's meant to be a dry race. It is for the whole Grand Prix. It's going to be a whole race weekend where it's just dry, and that is lovely. Car setup. George is happy. Latifi is moaning for the 50 millionth time. So we'll do that. He will not start on the softs. He's going long. He's going to start on the hards. And George, with 47 laps in mind, George is going softs to start. We're going softs with George. Let's get ready. It's time to head down there. It's time for lights out. Lewis will lead the pack away, but here is your grid. Wait and see George prop up in 12th. Try and see who's ahead of him and who's behind him. So it's Lance Stroll on the mediums ahead of him. And it will be Pierre Gasly on mediums behind. Come on, George. Get a good launch. It's a bad start for George Russell. But in the second phase, he's actually got away really well, and he's up to 11th. Brilliant. Latifi's dropped straight down to last. And George now is looking to get around the outside. He had a little look, wasn't really on. And he's now getting overtaken. But he's battling away with Stroll and Tsunoda, and Stroll will get past him here. And we're now going to use that ERS to fight our way back a little bit. And George is using the ERS, but it's not actually working for him at the moment, really. He's literally stuck behind Giovinazzi, which he has now got past. And he's looking to get past Yuki. And not Yuki, that's Alonso apparently. He's past Alonso now. I'm going to speed this up a little bit and we'll see just how much he's looking as much as he can here to get past Ricciardo, but he's now dropped back. Latifi is going well. He's up into 15th. We'll get him going again, but Russell's got a train of cars right behind him. And we're really falling off the pace of some of them cars. Both McLarens have actually pitted. George doesn't need to pit yet though. George can keep going. And he will. Right, now we've got a nice little bit of space now around us. We need to utilise this fact that we're alone, driving away. Give Latifi, who's in 8th apparently. Fair play. And George can have a bit more. Just to try and pull, because the quicker George is going, the better. The gap for George behind is quite a nice little gap for him. It's about 3 seconds. Now I'm thinking, we're going to bring George in, and he'll go straight onto those. Give him a bit of extra charge. That'll be George in, and then it's just down to Latifi. Who's in 9th. He's had a decent start to the Grand Prix. The issue we might have here, so he's comfortably past George. The issue with Latifi's Mazepin is right behind him. We cannot allow a Haas. Raikkonen is so racy at times. There's a Mercedes of Hamilton now behind Nicholas. And the worrying thing here for me is these tyres don't look like they're lasting half as long as they should be. These are supposed to last things like 18, 20 laps. Well, we're on lap 11 and Latifi's at 44% done. We're going to put him to conserve, but whack that into high, and hopefully that will keep him competitive on the straights, but obviously it will make him a bit slower through the corners, and it means we're going to have to do the same with George, and the idea of I want George to go to the end, and we'll have to speed it up quite a lot. So Latifi's going to go backwards, that's inevitable. But again, it's with the idea of the extra slot. We're now going to put him back up to neutral. Well, I know you've got one tyres, Nicholas. Don't you worry, I'm very much aware of that. But I've got to make a call here. Right, now I make my call with you, which is to get... Oh, it's 16 to 18, sorry. To get you in, charge that up. So we're going to pit you now. So in Latifi will come. George, on the other hand, is going strong. He's in 14th. I'll say he's going strong. Strong's probably a strong word for how he's going. He's doing alright. He's into 11th. ERS here will see Stroll pass him, I think. Yeah, he's got down the inside. And now he's got Ricciardo right up behind him as well. Thing is, I need to, theoretically, if they last, what, 18 laps, I need to get these tyres that George is on now to lap 29. That ain't happening, is it? Let's be brisk about it, but that ain't happening. We'll use that to get George back past. And this little trio will continue to fight and gaggle, and all sorts, and Ricciardo's now got ERS, and that means he will get past. We're there right behind Latifi. We'll have a quick look what's happening with Nicholas. He's got a little train going on, Gasly and Raikkonen. Get around here and ERS just to make sure he gets past him. Beautifully done. And then George has now been taken by Giovinazzi. He now needs to go back to medium. He needs to go back to medium. We'll wait for the right time now. We're going to do it here. See if we can get right up with him to have him. No, we're falling off here. That's Latifi. He's in 13th. He's doing alright as Latifi, as long as he makes the tyres last. For him it's 16 to 18 laps, but we need to get him realistically, get him on conserve for a bit, because I need to get him into a decent position tyre wise so he can pull the one stop off, well, the two stop off. George doing what he can with his tyres and the situation we're in, but I think we're going to have to give up soon and just accept that we're going to have to pit him 3 times. If I'm honest, that's the situation I'm in. Because tyres are about to get to the point where they're worn. He's trying to conserve them, but conserving tyres is never easy. Right now, whereas he's done a really good job to get him this far, don't get me wrong, he's done a really good job to get him this far. This is soon becoming Nicholas Latifi, I think's race. Go on. George Russell's being caught by Tsunoda. We're going to whack him on there. He will now come in this lap. Apparently they can go that long. They could go 20 laps apparently. I'm not so sure on that one. I won't lie to you, I'm not so sure on that one. So George's going to pit the end of this lap, which means we may as well put him onto neutral, let him battle it out properly. Right he comes, and into the pit he goes, and Latifi, and he will go straight back onto conserve, back up. Now then, Nicholas Latifi, how are your tyres going, my friends? Seems to be going alright at the moment. He's got a gaggle of cars right behind him, to be fair. He's doing whatever he can to try and defend from these much quicker cars that are just saying, look, we're just going to keep going. And he's just trying to defend, bless him. Once he's gone around here, he will come in and he will go to mediums. Is it mediums he'll have to go to? Or is it hards? Did he start on mediums? Oh, I think he started on hards and it's just not gone wet. It's not gone right here. This hasn't gone right. Latifi's eating his tyres despite being on conserve. So we'll keep him out for another lap now. We're going to keep him out for quite a while here. Gets him to back up with his driving style. Put his engine into high. So I've got to try and get these tyres so when he comes around here, now we're going to bring him in. We will bring him in now. So I've tried to be smart with Latifi. Whether I have been smart, probably not. He will have to be on conserve either way. As for George and Tsunoda, I'm not entirely sure. There's a situation where Tsunoda doesn't pit again. We're going to speed this up, see how the degradation goes on George's tyres and whether we're going to have to get him on to back up. I don't know, but Russell is in 8th. Latifi is all the way back in 19th. How's he ended up so far back? I'm not sure. Russell is in that. Oh, he's going backwards, then because he's having to do his bloody tyres. Come on. So he's into 7th. He's on 33%. I don't know. I don't know if we've done this right with George. With Latifi, like, well, it just hasn't worked. With George, he's got 3 laps left. He's on 28%. We shall see. The tyres behind us on Vettel aren't going great. Russell's into 6th now. Latifi's into 15th. If Russell manages it, he's got 1 lap left. If he manages it, it's one hell of a drive. He's still ahead. Little bit of ERS maybe, just to push us away here. I think Russell's going to get another 6th. I think it's going to be back-to-back 6th places for George Russell. What a drive! To keep those tyres so they didn't go off is a fantastic drive. Lewis has won again. Well, what else did we expect? But I say fantastic drive in terms of Russell. We're going to bit of appreciation now. Because what a drive from Antonio Giovinazzi. What a drive. He's gone and done a 2-stopper. He's done a 2-stopper on hards. And he's managed to finish in 3rd. The Alfa Romeos have been so quick recently. And he's somehow managed to pull off a 2-stopper, whereas early in the season you would never have seen Alfa Romeo pulling off a 2-stopper. Not only that, but he's managed to finish 3rd, and Kimi's managed to finish 5th. What a race for Alfa Romeo. I will say, the longest stint on of anybody on hards goes to George Russell, 20 laps. Can we get a round of applause, please? Absolutely incredible stint. Latifi finishes 16th. It's a bit disappointing, but we won't go there. What an incredible stint. 20 laps, and he managed to hold off Vettel and Gasly. Seriously, is there anything George Russell can't do? Up 6 places, started 12th, and he's up to 6th place. Latifi up 2 places. It looked at one point, but it all kind of went a little bit wrong. So Russell is up to 10th in the championship with 27 points. Latifi drops down to 17th. Nikita Mazepin still on 0. Mick Schumacher still on 3, so that helps us out because we have leapfrogged not only Alpine but also AlphaTauri. I said at the end of the last race, you're our targets. We've got you. We're ahead of you. We're on 35 points and up to 6th in the championship. That is insane. And we're essentially, as long as we don't finish last, we're meeting our target. Haas are on 3. We are 32 points ahead of them. Fantastic. And now I get excited. Because up next, it's not only the team's home Grand Prix, it's not only George Russell's home Grand Prix, it's my home Grand Prix. And I want 3 straight 6th places. I want a double points finish. I want to see the progression that and the effort that I'm putting in come onto that track and come alive. I want to see George Russell overtake Antonio Giovinazzi and Fernando Alonso in the Drivers' Championship. That's what I want to see next race. If you want to see that too, drop this video a like, give it a subscribe because it will be coming tomorrow. I'll see you guys later.